You'd think I would say yearning.
Yeah.
But I'm done with that. Stop yearning, start flirting.
Lucy, I'm so happy to be in the presence of this queer icon, Goodreads legend, magnificent superstar. Welcome back to Amsterdam.
Thank you.
Lucy
Wow.
Dacus.
Those are some big descriptors.
But came to my mind immediately.
Cool.
When you announced this tour in Europe with the intimate venues that you're playing. Can you explain a little bit why you chose for this Vondelkerk and all the other churches, for example?
Yeah, I mean, I knew I wanted to come to Amsterdam because it's my favorite urban city in the world, and I'm not just saying that. I'm not trying to get points. It's like just I feel so like happy when I'm here. So then I told like my agent, show me like the most beautiful small places, museums or churches, and they sent me photos of like the insides of all these places.
Yeah.
And Vondelkerk, did I say that right?
Yeah.
Is so gorgeous, obviously. So I'm very happy to be here. I don't know why they let me be here,
Yeah.
but I'm glad.
Yeah, because I wanted to say, like, I heard that during your show in Paris, you like couldn't help but giggle when saying the word sex in church.
Oh my God.
Is that
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then you said
It's
something like, I'm
embarrassing.
forever cursed.
I hope I'm not forever cursed, but it is weird. I grew up in church, so
Yeah.
and we didn't talk about sex in the church or outside the church. So
At all.
yeah, no. And then also being in the church, I was like, wow, I write about God a lot. Like I don't really notice, but I kept like saying the word God in songs, and I'm like, I guess this really is a theme, huh?
Yeah. And do you think there's a special place in the afterlife for artists who proudly shout lesbian things in separate places?
I hope we're all grouped together. You know,
That
we
would
can
be
be
fun,
in
right?
the same dormitory in hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And talking about Paris, you did a show there, of course, but I also saw you at the Paris Fashion Week in good company. Renee Rapp-and-Bird were at your gig. I saw some movies like Chapel Roan, Dochi. It seemed very sapphic to me.
Yeah.
Was it what I hope it was?
I mean, true. Yeah. Renee and Toa came to the show. My friends Liza and Paloma, very gay, came to the show. There were some, there's a couple people who've been coming out to all the US shows and who are clearly gay, and they were actually there too. Like they flew over. Yeah, I guess it's very gay. It sat next to Chapel at the Yoshi Yamamoto show. It was great. I was glad I was next to her because if I had been alone, I would have been like, I mean, I like talking to people. This rapper named Jid was on the other side of me, who, I don't know if you know him, but he was super nice. And
You're spilling the tea. Oh my God.
I'm spilling the tea, but
tea is hot.
We've been chatting now too. So you do make friends in these places. I feel like that it's so weird, and it's other than people who are in that industry, it's like not normal. And I kind of like going to places where I'm like, I did not expect to be here.
Yeah.
And yeah, you meet the other people who didn't expect to be there, and it's nice.
The overarching theme on the album is the feeling of forever, and that it's possible to feel forever for a short moment. And there's also beauty in things being temporary, if I'm saying it correctly.
Yeah.
We hear this on Last Time, for example, the last song on the album. What led you to this theme?
I guess I just noticed I was writing a lot of love songs, and I think love and forever, the idea of forever, are so connected. A lot of people want their love to last forever, and I think what they actually do is they make the relationship last forever, but the love is actually something different. You know, like love kind of comes and goes, and it's kind of a mystery. Like you can try for it, you can try to stay connected, and there are things you can do, but at least in my life, it's kind of a mystery. Like when I fall in love with someone, I'm like, whoa, like really taken off guard. And when I fall out of love with someone, I'm like, really? But I love them so much. Like, why is this happening? So kind of just saying that forever is not possible. but love is, and you should want to love even though it can't last forever.
Do you feel like people romanticize the concept of love too much?
Romanticizing love, that's a funny thing.
Yeah, no,
but I think you're right. Like, because a lot of people think romance and love are like the same thing, and they definitely aren't. So I think that love is too romanticized. It's like a good point you're making. And romance is great. I mean, I love a flower. I love a gift.
Yeah. I
love a date night, you know. But yeah, I think real love is something we need as much as like food, water, and shelter, and it's not negotiable. You like need it to survive.
There was also a lot of love on the lesbian internet, for example, for Best Guess, of course. An anthem for queer tenderness, I would like to say. Did you find it important to celebrate queer tenderness in, the current political landscape? Did you felt like an extra urge maybe?
Yeah, I guess I wrote that song. I finished it in July of 2024, so that's, of course, before the recent election and inauguration. But yeah, it does feel good to put out, just because I think it's really easy to get scared of being gay. And so for a lot of people, that's just being scared of themselves, because you're afraid for your safety or your rights. And so having some like fearless, easygoing, loving, joyful, queer examples. I know I wish I had more of that growing up. And especially now, just being like, none of this actually touches the reality that you have access to joy, and that your love is not something scary. Your love is something really important, and is something that can feel good, even if a lot of people want you to feel terrible.
Yeah. What is something that gives you like this extra amount of queer joy, or maybe some hopeful thoughts in times where the news is horrible to follow, I think, at some point?
I mean, it's just hanging out with my friends. Like, I'm thinking about, I have some friends that will all like read the same books. Like, we'll read a book about farming or we'll read a book about sustainable living. Like, a lot of my queer friends are interested in how to survive, basically, on queer levels, but also just as human people on the planet, which is failing. And also in America, it just feels like every day it's getting worse. And there have been a lot of like natural disasters that have affected my friends and family too. So trying to research like, okay, how can we support each other in really serious times of strife, and all sitting around and like hearing my friends debate or share knowledge, and that feels really queer to me. Yeah.
And can you relate to, maybe I have this feeling like, not to make this about me, but I feel like the importance of like the physical spaces are getting more and more important for me as well, because I can be on Twitter, well, not to talk about Twitter, but like doom scrolling on my timeline, and then when I'm in the club and people are playing these queer anthems and you see like-minded people around, do you also feel that?
Well, my like recent realization and take has been that you can't have community online. You can only have community in person. Yeah. Online, you can find community and you can learn things that are useful for your community, and you can keep in touch with people, but there's no replacement for the physical, close demands of a community. Yeah. Communities can be helped by online information, but they can't be replaced. Yeah. Agent of chaos, angel of death, one of three ancient fates, playing with your scissors again.
I have a couple of dilemmas with you. Are you okay with picking between the dilemmas I'm going to present you. Do
Okay.
you think you are
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, come on.
Letterboxd or Goodreads?
I'm going to say Goodreads because my letterbox is private. You will not be finding that.
Never?
But my Goodreads I use all the time. My letterbox, it won't be spoken of.
It's iconic. Your Goodreads is iconic.
Thank
Letterboxd, I don't
you.
know. La Dollar Bean or Walla. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly.
Walla,
Like
women loving women.
Yeah.
Was
Like
the
what
other
Gen
one?
Z is
the
like
dollar.
doing.
What's the first one?
La Dollar Bean.
La Dollar Bean. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
because on TikTok we can.
Do I have to pick one?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I'll. Walla.
Walla.
I'll pick that.
Okay. The L Word or Orange is the New Black?
I haven't seen Orange is the New Black, but I have a song in the final episode, so I've been meaning to watch it because I think I did. I watched the last episode of the entire show, which feels like it kind of spoils a lot. And L Word I never finished but quite enjoyed. I don't know how to pick. Maybe I'll say L Word just as respect to my elders.
Nice one.
Yeah.
And Shane or Beth? What would you say?
Shane, what
Okay.
what are you?
Hey, mamas.
Like, whoa.
No, but Beth Porter, right? Have you seen Generation Q? She is the suit she's wearing. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. There's a big step on me energy there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Witchy lesbians or DIY lesbians?
Which lesbians are DIY lesbians? A lot of witches are DIY. I feel like witches historically have a DIY ethic.
You're not going to pick one.
You're talking like internet.
Yeah.
I'm talking like historical.
Yeah.
I would say like at the end of the world, the witches will predict it, but the DIYers will survive.
Okay.
So DIY.
Okay. Nice one.
Yeah.
Queer period dramas or queer horror movies?
Queer period dramas. I'm just like the tension.
Just the eyes.
Yeah.
Like,
The eyes
looking
alone.
at-
Yeah.
You all lesbians or a long distance relationship?
U-Haul.
Yeah.
Long distance is so bad. Anyways. I would rather U-Haul.
What's more gay, wearing a tie or a carabiner?
Carabiner.
Yeah.
Is gayer.
Okay.
I am wearing a tie. But
And I love it.
okay.
Last one. Yearning or flirting?
Flirting. You'd think I would say yearning.
Yeah.
But I'm done with that. Stop yearning, start flirting.
And I think we should tell people that to stop just, yearning and looking at each other in a bar for the entire night and then sending a message afterwards like, I saw you. And
the yearning should be the first phase of the flirting.
Yeah.
And then do something with your life. Life is short.
Amen.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for this wise word.